I just wanted to say a few words on behalf of GDAA. The Adam, I'm really proud to give the Adam announcement address this year because Adam was one of the founding fathers of the GDAA, and he was always passionate about Australian and New Zealand developers. And so the GDAA gives this address as a memory to Adam and all the efforts he put into the industry. And I know that for a lot of developers, sometimes it's tough. You always count on Adam to give you work and stuff like that. And you know, we remember him fondly. So I just wanted to give you sort of and I should premise this address by saying that what I'm about to say is not really the thoughts of the GDA, it's pure my own. And I know Tony Reid hates it when I talk in public because I always say the wrong thing and I get in trouble with the press. So I'll try and keep this contained. But what I wanted to really talk about was that you know, the state of the industry is pretty good. You know, the industry pundits are saying that we're going to have a pretty good Christmas. You know, obviously retail sales are going through the roof worldwide. You know, consoles are doing well, casual games are doing well, a whole variety of different products in our entertainment sector are doing well. However, from my point of view, I think that I would look ahead with guarded optimism. And why I say that is that I think the storm clouds are brewing, and you know, we're probably in the right place right now. But the thing is that I think in the next couple of years it's going to be very difficult for independent developers. And why I say that is that I think publishers, you know, first and foremost, are risk averse, and they like to mitigate risk. In times of trouble, you know, they become even more that way. And we're already seeing, you know, studio closures. We're seeing projects cancelled. I know a number of us have had projects cancelled this year, and it's always tough because you know, you may have to lay off people, and it puts stress on the business and all that sort of stuff, and you know, you continue on. And I think that what we need to do collectively as an industry here in Australia is really assess where we're at. And if we want to become a hotspot in the world of development, you know, we need to think about different things. Like, for example, I think that the Victorian government and the Queensland government have done a fantastic job with the local industry. The Victorian government have given us over $5 million in the last 5 years. But that's all well and good, and that's great and the Queensland government have been very, very proactive as well. But we really need the federal government to step up now. You know, we need deal flow in Australia. And if we want to win big projects and we want to create a elusive blockbuster title, we need support from the federal government. And I know Tom is very passionate about this as well. But our view is that, you know, for risk-averse publishers, they need an incentive to come here and give us $10, $20, $30 million projects. And, you know, how the federal government can do that is obviously offer financial incentives, but from a company point of view, what we need from them is, you know, R&D grants, we need prototype funding on a major scale, we need production funding on a major scale. So one of the GDA's major initiatives for the coming year is to really spend a lot of time in Canberra, lobby heavily for those sort of incentives for the benefit of the publishers to invest in Australia. So I think that's important. I think the other thing that's important as an industry here is that we need to step up. And I think, you know, in certain areas we're very strong technically. You know, I think we're just as good as anywhere in the world. I think our creative skills are below par, and what I mean by that is design and art. And that's no reflection on the people in the industry. I think it's just a matter of getting those bigger projects in and getting more exposure to big productions and publisher support and learning and growing. So I think the next 2 years we've got to focus on those things, and the other thing I truly believe in is that the only way we can really establish ourselves as a major development community in the world is to develop our own IP, and that's difficult because, you know, you need contract hire work to underpin your business, but you also need to build value, and I believe to build value you need to build IP. I don't believe that you need to build a lot of technology anymore, because I saw Jay's presentation, and we're a convert to Epic and the Unreal Engine anyway. But the thing is that, with the amount of middleware coming through now, and it's solid and it gives you a head start. We don't need to build technology. We need to become a very strong content generation industry, and how we do that is by creating IP. Now that's easy said, but very difficult to do, and that's where the federal government needs to support us. So I think that we need to continue to do that as an industry. We need to attract more investment in this country. We need to train more people. We need to bring more people in from overseas. And I think that we have the ability to do that. If you look at our industry compared to the other entertainment sectors, particularly film and TV, we built our business out of survival. We haven't had any major financial subsidies like those other industries. So we build our business through blood, sweat and tears, and I think we'll continue to do that anyway, because that's what the industry is about. And I think talking to the international publishers here, I think they get a sense that there's good camaraderie amongst the studios, and it's great to see acknowledgement when another studio makes or contributes to another product. And I think we'll see more and more of that. So we need to work collectively. I think we need a united voice for the GDAA, and I think we need to push the federal government to give us the subsidies we need to attract that deal flow and build the industry. And I know Adam would be all for that, and if he was here today, I'm sure he'd be knocking on doors in Canberra and smoothing as much as possible. So I think looking ahead, I'm optimistic about the future, but I think we need to really look at our businesses and work together on those issues. I know there are other issues that we're looking at the moment, like classification and all that sort of stuff, and we'll continue to work on that with our sister or brothers in the Publishing Association. So I think the future looks tough, but we can get through it. And I really believe that Australian game developers can compete with anywhere in the world. So I just wanted to express that. And then the other thing that I also wanted to do was thank a number of people. On behalf of the organising committee this year for GCAP, I wanted to thank the ICE ladies, particularly Melissa Fuller and Lani, who have done a fantastic job for the last few days. And then I particularly wanted to thank two people. Mike McNabb, I think, has done a great job behind the scenes. And lastly, I'd like to thank Tom Crago, because I think Tom did a lot of stuff behind the scenes people aren't aware of. I think that, on the sponsorship side, he did a tremendous job and spent a lot of time on the phone, a lot of time, patting backs and pointing people in the right direction. And without the assistance of Mike and Tom, this event wouldn't be on right now. So I'd like to thank Tom as well. So that's my address for this year. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Dessert will be served, and then we get on to the award for the best game of 2008 after dessert. Before I talk about the finalists, though, I did want to make one apology. So no, I want to make two apologies. The first one was to Mr. Joe Millwood of Auto Beds. Got that name slightly wrong before. And also, I just wanted to clarify that previously I was talking about the nominees for each award category. I did, of course, mean the finalists. We did have more than two nominees for each award category, so I'm sorry for any confusion that may have caused. But to present the award, I'd like to bring to the stage Mr. Tom Crago and Mr. Joe Millwood. Give them a round of applause. Right, and our finalists for the GDAA Award for the best game of 2008 are The Blob by Blue Tongue. Yeah, go on. and MX versus ATV Untamed from Tantalus.